Hello, everyone. I totally sandbagged Kevin there. Sorry, dude. It literally counted me in, and I hit the refresh button on the screen, so that really wasn't fair to him. But he's recording today. Actually, the screen looks pretty good. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the RationalInvestor.com's daily brief recap. Hey, there you go. Nice and fast. Get it done. All right, let's get on with the show. I gotta say, man, S&P 500 Brent, the indicator working like a charm here. Market is looking very, very uppy. Heading into the third quarter of 2021 in earnest now. We always say we want to follow the first 2 weeks of the quarter's price action. And actually with this one, of course, we have a holiday right through the beginning of the quarter. So do we want to, I might even after I'm done here go and look at the price action through Friday and then maybe even incorporate options expiry this 16th, this Friday. Let's get sort of an overall feel for what the fund managers think where we are in the economic cycle and what should be our expectations going forward. We'll say that the tone of the stock market itself, I believe, is it's shifted slightly to the upside, especially with regard to the big cap stocks. Small cap stocks still trying to find their footing. I might argue same thing with crypto. Crypto is usually a pretty good leading indicator for risk these days. I don't know. I get the feeling like crypto had the green light to rally and just couldn't take advantage of it. Same kind of thing with oil. If anything, oil prices have gone just up, and maybe if we're lucky, they top out, and we can get a little bit less commodity price pressure in our society. But I don't know. I wouldn't bet on it right here. So maybe to a certain degree, crypto being heavily tech-oriented, understandably why with very expensive energy prices, why things in crypto are kind of stuck. It feels like we're a little bit stuck right now. Also, too, I kind of believe that, the banksters, of course, run the show here. Banksters are dependent on the free money spigots. Banksters, of course, bid up a lot of these asset prices. It's not really the public, it's the institutions that bid this shit up. And if you want the party to continue, well, banksters want more free money. Mr. Biden, I think, is still trying to make his pitch for socialism in the U.S., but I don't think it's falling on really receptive ears. So I think that's one of the reasons why, things like risk is kind of stuck here. Especially with regard to things like the junior stock market. It really hasn't done anything. And I think you could make the argument that the junior stock market really hasn't done a hell of a lot since the end of March. So now, what is that? March, April, May, June, July. So now we're into the fourth month of this market kind of just parked. It was my anticipation and my expectation that Mr. Biden would get the socialism pass sort of deal done. The banksters will get another big whack of money. And of course, they are going to bid up hard assets as they dilute the currency's purchasing power to continually buy back more of these bad bonds. The game goes on. So we'll see how it goes. As I said, we're still in that first sort of week of the quarter. Maybe probably tomorrow in the daily brief after our professional futures traders. Actually, Daniele, he was saying he caught a really great trade being long the stock market this morning. I guess that makes sense. I guess that was coming out of here. First thing this morning I noticed, and I have a lot of fun. I like to follow Grimm's 9-minute chart, which I think is so cool. But you can see in the stock market, we had this beautiful midpoint pivot doji right off of the middle of the trend channel too. Just absolute textbook, which painted this upside objective. And you can see they finally hit that. And even now, we also had fun foggy boggy levels as profit objectives 43.73, and we were wondering, through the morning, how were they going to get that hit? So market still looks pretty uppy. You can see that we were kind of hunting short ideas, looking for FU moves against the top end of the range. When actually we first started the daily brief, I'd have to go back and look at this now. Probably move that over there. I don't really mind that, although this looks more ABCD-ish, which means that we could probably even go like a parabolic leg higher. And it might be on something like news that Mr. Biden has convinced the right-wing politicians in the U.S. government that socialism is the way to go. Who knows? But I wouldn't be surprised if you get something along those lines coming out of this. This looks very, very uppy. So I'd be a little bit leery about actually strapping on any shorts here. Also, too, that short idea was predicated on the idea that they would bring the market down, confirm this top, then spike it up, and do a typical liquidity push trade. I don't see that happening. This, if anything, looks very body. Looks like they want higher. So anyway, nice bull market. And like I said, to begin the conversation with you guys here today, what I'm really pleased with is this image. Because this image right here gets you correctly positioned, thinking up. So super stoked about that. I suppose through this environment, bond market is kind of asking, first off, I think they're asking, is the energy prices continually marching higher unabated? If that's the case, that's going to weigh heavily on bond prices. It's going to be higher interest rates. In a weird sort of way, you can kind of see the bond market itself floundering a little bit up here, and the U.S. dollar index floundering a bit up here. If the bonds break hard here, i.e., crude's going to take off, stock market's going to take off, probably Bitcoin and crypto takes off, small cap market takes off. My hunch is this U.S. dollar, these bonds, and probably ironically enough gold will all start sort of melting back here. We would know that there's trouble in the system if the yen actually rallies through this. But my hunch is it's probably going to be more like euro and commodity currencies like the Canadian dollar and stuff. They've really gotten hammered lately. So here's a Canadian dollar. You can see that looks like an inverted head and shoulders, eh? Not really the best looking bottom in the Aussie, but I could see counter trend rallies taking these things back up because look, they've gotten just destroyed here. So I think the rally in the market is nothing more than, typical sell in May and walk away. Sort of the end of, that second quarter profit taking, rebalancing, heading into the summer market. That's really what that looks like to me. I actually get the impression that there are some parts of the market that are turning back up. And like I said, that trade will be predicated on the banksters getting their free money. Probably one area that this thing, you can see this TD signal was just a monster signal. And you can actually see that's probably played out. They probably freaked people out with the massive gap lower. Like I was tweeting out, like, holy shit, 4% drop in a bank stock? That's pretty big. Now I could actually see, counter trend rallies. That's an inside bar reversal. This thing's probably going to rally right back up top here. So be prepared for that. I bought a really, really long dated option at 2023 because I don't like these Canadian banks. I don't think they're really operating fairly. And I think that they are doing kind of like how the U.S. market, they got way over leveraged. Think Big Short, that arrogant Chinese guy eating his sushi when Big Short guy goes, "You piece of shit." That guy, everybody knows that image. I think that the TD Bank people are exactly the same thing. They're just taking advantage of the current market where it's acting completely illogically. Of course, their stock prices go ripping higher, but hey, the market actually is speaking, saying, something's not right with this story. So I'm just going to stick with my short. It's a put option. Actually, there's a few. So I'm not really in a big hurry. I just like it as a nice insurance policy because I think this Canadian real estate market is it's a disaster just waiting to blow up. And I think it blows up this fall, but we'll see what happens. Other than that, like we've got some SPAC ideas that look super sexy. And we had a gentleman on the site recently who came and gave us a really nice presentation on SPACs. Love this idea. Perfect. That looks good. They're fun, reorganized pharmaceutical stocks popping. Got a nice double off on this bad boy here today. But you just got to be sharp. This one, it was sort of like, don't get sucked into the reorg. Kevin was even telling me that some U.S. brokerage houses even charge people a fee for actually holding this stock through reorg, which is an absolute complete insult. And maybe that sort of explains why there was sort of this cascade of selling. But, they just rolled the stock back. And I mean, look at this darn thing. Has this thing got any room to move up here? Do I really want to be just dumping this stock because of some stupid fucking reorg fee? I couldn't believe when I heard that. That's just absolutely insulting. So anyway, I just was calm, little old lady kind of approach, no big deal, and boom, got off my free position. Now I've got free stock in here. I couldn't care what they do. Just have fun. Try and be good corporate citizens, please. I think I mentioned this, mushroom stocks looking very interesting. If this thing actually goes in double bottoms here, oh boy, it's painting some pretty huge upside objectives. So keep your eyes peeled here, folks. Then this might be one of the areas in the market that does well through the summer as sort of an untapped market for growth. The mushroom part of the drug market, if you will. So SPACs, specialty sort of drugs. The pharma names, always fun to play around with them. But on balance, I'd say like the general sort of tone of the junior market is still kind of iffy. What I will say is one part of the market that I love, and I got a site member, a buddy of mine. We're going to do a high leverage trading plan of these VCIMs. I think it's about time because we're now back into a growth cycle, and I think there's a lot of money to be made here. And this is a pretty typical example of a stock that I used to do in old growth type environment where, man, you can make a lot of money on these things. So, here's an example of a name that we found last summer. And now it's like, 10x what it was just last summer. And I think, believe it or not, don't go and buy this here. You missed the story. But believe it or not, I actually think this stock, when you go and read the news release, this stock, I think, is actually a good, $10, $20 stock. So get ready. There's lots more of this fun stuff ahead of us. I sure hope if you want to participate in this market, you just got to know what your shit is, know what your plan is, understand risk management, just get in there and have some fun. Because, man, this is going to be one hell of a fun summer. I'll tell you that much, by crackers. Here's one that I just got a double off of on last week. It looks like they're not done here, so get ready. Lots of volume, lots of momentum here. There's probably going to be further pops. So if you're in there with me on this one, I don't think the party's over just yet. So had a fun presentation from our site CTO Sjord, saying that there's actually big site development coming down the pike. We're almost at the point of having the the signals page actually a subscription model. I have been tweeting out, kind of teasing you guys about the key reversal signals and stuff like that. You can see, if you want a freebie, you can take a screenshot of this as we're talking here right now. But these would be some of the names I might be interested in taking a look at in the market. Interesting. Look at that. How actually getting a buy signal on the Dow. That's hilarious. That's it. Sjord says buy the Dow. Look at that breakout. Ay, 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 ay. So super strong momentum. This is a growth market, folks. If you wanted to make money from capital gains, I mean, keep in mind, everything is being valued up. Now, whether it's a depreciating currency, whether it is, free money for the banksters, whether it's, companies are earning more money, that's always debatable in these kind of environments. We're in the growth cycle. So don't let the market just pass you by. Because I'm telling you, I mean, I'm long a shitload. I've been buying a lot of equity and crypto on the way down here. It's interesting. Look at these things now. Isn't that the Uniswap thing? So shit started to perk up here, folks. Sure hope you're ready. I mean, look at that damn. Kevin, is that the Uniswap proxy? Is that what that is? Jesus, look at that thing. Looks like there's some money to be made here over this summer, folks.
I think that's something different actually, because it's Uni-U.
Or maybe that's something completely different. But point of the matter here is that, of course, Sjord, just most, I mean, every single day there's just so much to review. Actually, I seem to remember people talking about this ruin. Wasn't this? I seem to remember talking about that. Jeez, look at that pretty little W's. I didn't really get the volume follow through here that I like to see, but nonetheless, definitely lots of stuff to chew on. So, as I had said there a few minutes ago, it's great to see, the breadth of the market uppy. I'm a little concerned. I'll be honest with you. A little concerned that the crypto market just feels as though it's waiting for something. It feels as though it's waiting for like an excuse, someone to say, "All right, you're officially allowed to rally." I mean, maybe we're getting a bit exhausted because we are awfully overbought and we need a bit of a pause here. That is definitely possible. The stock market feels a lot sort of more healthy than the crypto market right now. But I did notice that things like the DeFi index and stuff like that, how do you best describe it? Probably actually in our image right here. Yeah, I mean, you can see crypto, there's something, it's like somebody's waiting for permission. I guess actually interesting, you can see that ETH is actually now have an M working here, so it's kind of failing here a bit. We had W's working in RSI. I don't see M's here in RSI, so that's a good sign. This could be just nothing more than just a healthy technical pullback. I don't really have any technical damage done here, but what I will say is, things like the shitcoin perp, it all kind of looks the same. Where we were set up to rock and roll here, but it's like the bulls, they just didn't show up. So just be cognizant, right? You can see there's actually an M working here in the poop, right? Up, down, up, fail. I think Kevin was even saying that he was starting to see some bearish bot actual setups coming in. Given the fact that, green boxes, I like green boxes as buying windows, not selling windows. I'm not really overly jazzed about hunting shorts here, but could we see a dump down into these levels? That's a V bottom. That's a V bottom. We got to get to the point where they come down, they test the low, and it turns around and says, nope, I want to be a bull. And this low holds. So that didn't happen that last time. So can we get this kind of scenario? If we do, you wake up tomorrow and you see down, low held, rally back up, broke through these highs, then the bull's back and get ready to rock and roll. Right now, it's not really that exciting. And I have a feeling the reason why, this is just my opinion. Of course, everything here that I say is my opinion. I don't really talk other people's opinions. I just talk my own. But it's my opinion. It's all because of this damn oil price. I mean, that oil price is very steep. Very hard for technology to rally in the face of that. And I think that's why crypto here is a little bit stuck. And of course, at the same time, the Chinese miners are all sort of settled where they're going to set up shop. And, we were watching NVT and stuff. Has it bottomed yet? All that kind of stuff. It's sort of like, everything's very wishy-washy. I will say, too, that Sjord passed along, I thought, a very, very good piece of advice. Well, I do appreciate that DeFi can very easily be sort of the future. I think that this space is extremely risky. And he was just going on today at length about how things like MetaMask can technically be sort of almost like impersonated. And there are a lot of ways for you to get really hurt here. So I love that about Sjord, of course, is he's insanely smart about all this stuff. I mean, thank God TRI has a person like Sjord around, because if it was left up to me, fuck, we'd be dead. The hackers would have killed us years ago. But Sjord, of course, is on the ball, and he's trying to keep on top of this and keep everybody honest. And so he's kind of like just warning people. Not only do you have to worry about like rug pulls and stuff like that, but there's also lots and lots of different ways that these people can hack your accounts and steal your stuff. So just be cognizant. Yeah, enough said. Just be cognizant of the risks. Having said that, I was able to get off some doubles on various stocks, so I'm feeling optimistic, and I'm just seeing my account balance go up, so I'm relatively happy. But I don't see any like huge hurry, like, oh my God, this is the new bull market. It hasn't kicked in yet. So it's probably just another sort of summer doldrums day, and we just sort of kick back and relax and enjoy the nice weather. Okay, everybody, I think I'll leave the rant at that. Sure hope you got some value out of it. PMA for the win. 3.5 hour rant yesterday on broiler chicken. So if you didn't get enough today, by all means, go watch yesterday. And I'm sure I insulted somebody over there yesterday that might put a smile on your face, because I hit almost everything under the sun. All right, everybody. Have yourselves a great day. Kevin, if you could take us out of here, I appreciate it. All the best, and bye for now.